Hello, everybody, and welcome to 321 Sportscast, another edition of the Summer Series 2024. In studio today, I have from the Cocoa Beach Minutemen baseball team, Kooper Houvouras. How you doing, Kooper?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, I appreciate you taking a little time and coming by. We got some exciting things to talk about. We're going to talk a little baseball, and then we're going to talk some personal stuff and get to know you. How's that?
Good.
All right, so exciting news, man. You're going to be going off to Hawaii soon to play for Chaminade, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us why Chaminade. What do you like about that program and the awesome opportunity to go to Honolulu, Hawaii?
So a big thing for me growing up was I always wanted to play baseball in Hawaii. It was always a dream of mine. It was always a goal that I set for myself. I mean, I wrote it on baseballs. I took pictures of myself and saved it in my camera roll, a bunch of different things. So around April, I had been emailing a bunch of coaches, kind of stressing about playing about the next level. Mm-hmm. And Coach Chad, he reached out to me, and we got to talk, and within like 3 days, I committed. The program's new. It's actually their second season, going into their second season right now.
So you have a chance to build.
Yes, sir. Building a new program. Building a new program, and it's something that I'm excited to be a part of. He's got nothing but good things that I've heard about him. When my coaches talked to him about me, they said they heard nothing but good things, and he knew what he was talking about. That's something that builds a lot of confidence in me as an athlete, knowing that I'm going somewhere that I know is going to feel like home and build me.
And now you're a pitcher, so you're going to be a part of that pitching organization. Real quick, though, let's go back. So you're that young boy that grew up just playing everything, right? Mm-hmm. You played basketball and football and baseball. You swam, you did it. So you're just an all-around sports guy. What is it about baseball in particular that you fell in love with?
I loved competing. My mom played college softball. And she coached me and my brother growing up. So just having that blood in me of baseball, softball, she's a huge Yankees fan. So I've just always been around the game, and it was something that took my heart. I loved it. I was playing it. I always wanted to go throw. I begged my parents to take me to the fields. I didn't care if it was the morning, right after school, summertime. I just always wanted to be on a baseball field. So it took my heart. I ran with it. And it's just been a dream I've been chasing ever since.
And you get a chance to go play college baseball. That's amazing. Cocoa Beach, I tell you what, I love, I'm on, the studio here is in Rockledge, right? But I love going over the bridge. There's something about going over the bridge to Cocoa Beach. So I asked you, did you love Cocoa Beach and did you love going to school there? Man, you were so excited and you were like, I got tattoos of Cocoa Beach. Tell us about Cocoa Beach and what it is you love about going to school there.
So my brother started going there his 7th grade year, and it was just like, okay, this is our new thing now. My dad became a part of the baseball program, and my dad lives over there now. So It's just been something, the 30-minute drive I did every day to school, being around the beach, going to the beach after school, after practices, Saturday morning, going to Juice and Java, Surfinista before practice, even after with the team. It's something that I felt home. That was some place that's always felt like home to me. So I got the Welcome to Cocoa Beach sign tattooed on me. I got the
legit on his arm, and I know it's hard to see, but he's got the Welcome to Cocoa Beach. He's got rockets, surfboards, missiles, all kinds of cool stuff. That's pride right there, brother.
I took pride in it. I loved it. I loved being a Minuteman. I loved being a part of the program. And it felt like I built it. I was a part of a building. When I was there in middle school, it wasn't very known. It was just like, it's Cocoa Beach. And then my sophomore year, we defeated MCC in the semifinals of districts, and they were like 7th in the state at that time. Yeah, MCC. We played Masters Academy and lost that game. My junior year, we went to the district championship again, and we win. And that was something we hadn't done that since like the 80s.
Okay.
Bringing a Cocoa Beach baseball district championship back to the school after seeing what I had seen my middle school years, it touched my heart. I felt so prideful about being a Minuteman, about being part of the program. So, I loved it, 6 years of it, and knowing that I was a part of something that I know that program with the coaching staff that it has, with the young talent that it has, knowing that it's going to go so far, I feel great that I was a part of some people, some classes, the group of kids that I felt helped push it in the right direction.
And you also mentioned that you like the fact that it's got kind of a small town feel. You knew all the teachers, you knew a lot of people, the staff and things like that. So it had like more of a family feel to it than just going to like a big campus where no one knows each other really. So what's one of the biggest moments of your career that you can recall?
So my junior year, I faced an injury, and it took a big toll on me, but we went to the district championship, and my coach at the time, Coach Wynn, he looked at me in the face before the game and said, there's no one else I want to close this game. I want you to close this game. Can you pitch? I told him, yeah. I was like, so the adrenaline kind of took over. I think it was the 6th inning. My pitcher at the time, Blake Anderson, threw a great game. He went like 5 1/3.
Okay.
So he threw a great game for himself and for us, and I come in and I close it. And like I said, bringing that trophy back to Cocoa Beach, it felt great. I watch that video sometimes still of my teammates coming and mobbing me and the hugs, and my brother ran on the field and gave me a huge hug. So there was a lot of pride.
Awesome, man.
It was just a huge moment for me, especially with the year I had. It hadn't been that good. And it took a toll on me. Like I said, I hadn't been throwing. Junior year is supposed to be your big year as an athlete, and to get recruited as well. And I felt like I had let myself down. So to do that and bring that back to my school that I had been at for so long.
And your team depends on you, man. I mean, baseball's an isolated game. They give you that rock. You're on the mound. You can win it or lose it, right? I mean, I know there's support and there's a team effort, but as a pitcher, you're instrumental whether you win or lose that game in a lot of ways. What's one of the biggest strengths of your game?
I'm very confident. I trust myself more than anybody. And when I'm in a game, if you give me the ball, like you just said, I know that it doesn't matter who you put in front of me. If I set myself up correctly, I know that I can win. I know that I can get an advantage on a hitter. Okay. So I'm very confident. I have a different mentality when I go on the mound because baseball is not just a game to me. It's been my entire life. It's something that I never want to stop playing. Okay. And I know that that day will come, so I try and give everything I have. And sometimes to me that isn't 100%. And even if I can just give the 50 I have left, I'm going to give it because I know at any given opportunity, any given moment, that my game could be done.
I love it, man. I mean, the passion's there, the fire, but also the understanding of the privilege to be able to play sports because you got it. You never know. What about something you're working on as you prepare for the college level? What's something about your game that you're working on to get a little better in?
I definitely want to gain velocity and just be more in shape. I know that I'm going far away. I'm going to a good conference, so I've got to be on my best shape. I've got to be in my best condition. So hopefully get a couple miles per hour behind my fastball, get better spin rate on my curveball, and just look better overall because I want to be, 365 days from now, I want to know that I finished my freshman year, with good numbers, looking better than I did around this time last year, and just knowing that I improved. That's a big thing for me is improvement. So whether that's 2 miles per hour my velocity, just building strength behind my arm. That's just
it can all come together because you're still young and your body will change a lot in the next couple of years, especially with the nutritional side of it. And speaking of which, are you doing anything working out wise or dietary wise to prepare?
I've been making sure to eat a little bit better, just making sure that I'm dropping a little bit of weight. I run a lot, I don't fit the runner's build, but I try and give myself a couple miles every day before I go to bed even. Just to keep my endurance up because I know that I've got to have that as a pitcher. I can't just gas out after one inning. So a lot of the weight room stuff, just tracking my eating a little bit because I know once I go over there, it's pedal to metal and just got to keep going.
What's your 2 best pitches?
Obviously you have to have a fastball as a pitcher, but I think that my fastball is great because for me, obviously there's so much room for improvement, but other than that, I'd say my curveball and my slider, they're very good setup pitches. And with the pitchers that I look up to, I've watched how they set their pitches up. Instead of just throwing a curveball, you throw a slider. You may throw a slider for a ball on purpose so that you can try and get a different pitch to get a hitter to swing, stuff like that.
So you're thinking more of the chess match going on.
Right.
As opposed to maybe younger baseball players, kids that are 14 aren't thinking they're just trying to throw hard and strike kids out, not really realizing the strategy involved. What about a college degree? What do you want to study when you go to college?
I'm studying sports and event management. I love sports. I love sports. So I love being around sports, whether that's running a stadium, running a facility, being a coach, whatever my life path takes me towards. So that's what I'm studying.
Just you want to be able to try to make a career, something involved in sports so you can follow your passion and hopefully make some really good money as well. There's a lot of money in sports.
Exactly.
Not a 321Sportscast, but other areas there are.
Exactly.
Just kidding, multi-billionaire here. What about your favorite team? Do you have a favorite team that you like to follow in baseball?
because I grew up around Vieira. I was a Washington Nationals fan.
Did you go to a lot of the games?
I did. My dad and I used to check me out of school and say we were going to the doctors and then take me to the games.
Okay.
My mom and dad used to take me in the mornings.
Dad, I love it, by the way.
Because
get you some of that public schools. We're going to the game.
We did. We went to a lot of games. I got a lot of autographs. There's so many pictures growing up of me and different Nationals players. One of my favorite players growing up was Ian Desmond because he told everyone he can't sign right now. And then he pointed at me and my friend at the time, and he told us to go down there, and he threw with us. He signed autographs for just us, and we got to throw with him.
Nice. Did you ever meet like Bryce Harper? I know he was around.
I did.
And Strasburg and some of those guys.
I met Harper. I have 2 pictures with Harper. One's in the stadium. We were on field for the BP. And then one, he was in the bathroom when I was in the bathroom. And I asked him for a picture when I was like 9.
In the bathroom?
Yeah, like right outside of it.
Oh, man, that's classic, bro.
But I have an autograph from him, a jersey, and a card. So that's something I keep very dear to me. That's still in my room to this day.
Picture of Bryce Harper at the urinal. Oh, man, well, that's as far as we'll go into that conversation. What about a favorite class, a favorite subject that you like to study in school?
I loved history, but I also loved business management. That was a class I took this year, and it didn't feel like school. It was something I was interested in, wanted to learn about because I knew that I wanted to go into that sports and event management role in college. So business management was probably my favorite course ever, honestly.
Okay.
But history was probably my most broad thing that I loved. I loved learning about the past. I loved learning about different things with, the United States, different countries, how things were built, back in the 1400s,
Wow.
all those
Wow.
things. So.
No, that's totally opposite of me, man. I think I slept in every history class I ever went to.
That was the one that kept me awake.
I'm older now, and I do appreciate it, and I do try to learn. But, man, in high school, it was just hard to stay awake in history classes. What about a favorite athlete? You got a favorite pitcher or somebody you kind of idolize that you just love their style?
Trevor Bauer, he's, I know that there's been a lot of controversy around his name, but I love his game. I love his confidence. Like I said, that's
on the mound, man.
That's my biggest thing as an athlete. And watching his videos on YouTube, the way he holds himself, and like I had mentioned before, he's so smart with pitching. There's so much behind the game. It's not just throwing a ball. He knows how to set up his pitches. If he misses, a little bit inside, he's like, all right, this guy's shoulder, like he's on the mound speaking about his shoulder opened up a little bit. So now I know this. It's so smart, and I want to be able to get to that one day. So I love his game.
His game's awesome. Off the field, he's a little controversial, but I don't know enough to judge. Trevor Bauer, big time. What about your favorite food? What do you like? What do you like to eat? I'm a foodie guy.
I'm a huge mac and cheese and wings guy. Just been something for me my entire life. It's just been my favorite food. My grandparents, my aunts, they all know like mac and cheese, wings.
Let's talk wings, man. Where's your favorite wings?
Frankie's Wings in Cocoa Beach was one of my favorite, ever. But I don't know what happened to them. But
is Frankie's still open? We don't know. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll drive out there today and find out. But them wings are so darn good. You ever do the 911s?
I'm not a spice person. Is that a spice? I don't.
That's their hottest one. Man. It'll burn your, you'll feel it for 2 days.
I don't do
them anymore, but I've tried them because we used to man up and do the hot wings.
My girlfriend makes fun of me for it. I hate spice. I can't. I don't know what it. I just didn't grow up eating spicy food. So
well, plus it's not fun when you're sitting there and your nose is just running,
exactly.
Your forehead sweating.
I don't understand
you're slamming your soda.
Exactly. I don't understand it. I don't understand why people like to suffer.
Mac and cheese. What is it about mac and cheese? You got a favorite mac and cheese you like?
Honestly, it was something I grew up eating a lot. So
what kid doesn't like mac and cheese?
Right. And so
if you don't like mac and cheese, unfollow right now.
As I got older, I just ate it all the time. And when I go to fancy restaurants, if they have a lobster mac and cheese, I even get it there. I love Outback, Panera, and Bonefish Grills mac and cheese.
I don't think I've ever been to Bonefish. Maybe
right in the avenues. I'm telling you, so good.
All right.
And it's just been something I've always ate. It's been my go-to. When I'm hungry.
We start talking about food, and he's excited. And it's almost lunchtime too. I don't know what time we're airing this, but man, I could go over some mac and cheese right now. Let's talk some hobbies. When you're not playing baseball and doing schoolwork, what do you like to do?
I'm a big gym person. I love the grind. I love working out. Okay. So I love just seeing improvement in the weight room. But when I gotta relax, when I take my foot off the gas and I don't work out when I'm not playing baseball, I'm big into video games, but I only play 3. but huge Madden, huge UFC guy. I can't wait for college football. I finally get that game today.
Okay, because I was saying it just came out a couple days ago.
Yeah, I got it as a birthday gift, but it was getting shipped to me.
A lot of local kids are in that game too. So
oh yeah,
pretty cool.
I got a friend from my travel ball team. He's in the game too, so I'm gonna put him on my dynasty.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
You a PS5 guy or an Xbox guy?
PS5. I played Xbox a lot growing up, but then COVID hit and I just started playing PlayStation more. And then once the PS5 came out and everyone was raving about it, my brother would leave class to try and buy PS5s. Okay. And I'd see him in the hallways just clicking his phone because there was all these lines online and stuff. So I got a PS5 and it's just been my thing now. I love it. I think it's the more superior console. So
who might judge? All right, let's talk some social media now. For those of you that may or may not follow, there is a Instagram page called Barstool Minutemen. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that page probably pissed off a lot of you kids at other schools. Specifically, I know Satellite and Holy Trinity and a few other schools. Tell us about Barstool Minutemen, man. And you were fun content, but trolling a little bit, a little trash talking. What is it about Barstool? Tell us about Barstool Minutemen.
So my sophomore year, I was just talking to my brother, and I was like, dude, the school spirit sucks. Like, Cocoa Beach's school spirit was horrible. Like, no one showed up to the basketball games. And, Cocoa Beach isn't a powerhouse athletic high school. But I was like, dude, we need something. So I created this account, and at first, it was just kind of like posting random stuff kids would send in. And then I got the idea to post these, like, the almost Fridays, but I just made it Fridays. So I had kids sending in pictures of themselves with their friends, and I made sure to keep it clean. Like, I wasn't posting like fights. I wasn't posting.
You were trying to strike some nerves with some people around town.
It didn't start till my junior year where I really started doing that. So my sophomore year, it was just more like fun. And then my junior year, it was like, okay, I started pushing the buttons a little bit, but it was all for fun. And I tried to make sure that like I never really tossed over the line. But I love doing it because it brought pride to my school. Like when teams would win their games, they'd send in like, oh, we just beat so-and-so, or post it. And sometimes I wasn't even trolling. I'd just be like, oh, volleyball won their match like 3-1 or something like that, Or like baseball made a comeback versus Titusville my sophomore year. So it wasn't always about the trolling, but of course there was that aspect to it. And I had a lot of fun with it.
I've seen a lot of the posts, and I thought it was fun, man. There was times where I would just look and be like, that's crazy. And I didn't know who was running it until just a little while ago. You're like, I'm the Barstool man. So the name Barstool, are you a follower and a fan of Barstool Sports? I'm assuming? Yeah,
I was a fan of Barstool Sports, but so there's high schools throughout the country that do it, and I saw one post something about like one of their hockey matches on like, it was like the recommended section on Instagram. And I was like, oh my God, this is a great idea. So I started doing it.
Okay.
And, it was nice because when I'd walk around the halls and I'd hear kids talk about, oh, my picture got posted on Barstool, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, there's like this pride. Kids are talking about it in school. They didn't even know it was you. No, and I mean, a lot of kids, like if you asked 100 Cocoa Beach students, 70 probably would have said, oh, yeah, I thought it was him.
Oh, okay.
But I never told anyone directly. And then when I graduated, project graduation, I went live on Instagram. And my friend who caught me, because I was taking a video for like my Snapchat, he was videoing me and my notification popped up and he caught me. So he was a little bit in on it, but not until like March of this year. He was like, okay, there's 70 people. And I was like, 70? Like I had so many people watching the live to see who it was. I pick up my phone, I reveal myself. And a lot of people were like, oh my God, not surprised. But
I wonder what David Portnoy would think if he saw it. Like, he'd probably be like, this is awesome. You should have went around Cocoa Beach doing pizza reviews like he did. Maybe get some free pizza. Do you ever watch his pizza reviews?
I saw like 2 of them, but...
Every day he goes around trying different pizza around the world. It's like his thing. And he judges it. I don't know if there's enough pizza in Cocoa Beach to really do that. There's only a few good spots.
There's a couple good spots.
Let's get into some shout outs. Anybody you want to give a shout out to that's kind of been there for you and helped you along the way to get to this point?
My family was huge with the recruiting process. My dad would help me send out emails. I mean, he'd just sit by his computer and send out emails. My mom, she was just by my side whenever I was stressed out, because my recruiting process wasn't normal for me. It was like I had a couple offers, I had a little bit of attention, but I wasn't getting what I wanted. Yeah. So my mom and my brother were right there just saying, dude, you're doing exactly what you need to do. Just keep going. My coaching staff, and I will say Coach Kels at Holy Trinity, especially just helping me get my name out, whether it was talking to a coach for me, emailing a coach for me, sending my film out. And my girlfriend, she took the ends of the sticks whenever I'd have a bad game and I was emotional, I was stressed out because, it's my last year. I wanted to do everything I could to win. And when I wasn't doing that, you know, she was there and just told me, like, it's okay. And they've all believed in me, especially when they knew that Hawaii was the goal for me. At one point, that was literally all I talked about. It was like, that's where I want to be. I wanted to be there.
It's a good place to be, by the way.
And my family was, you know, my family, my girlfriend, they were huge. They were by my side through it all. And when I got to sign, the pride that I felt, you know, I had my grandparents there. I had one of my old coaches. My best friends were right there. My brother, you know, and, you know, my girlfriend, they were all there just listening to me speak and taking this huge picture with all of them. It felt great. I felt like I did exactly what I said I would. I accomplished something. And the pride and, you know, the love that I had felt from all of them.
And you know, to be able to go and play college sports is everyone doesn't get to do it.
Right.
And you went through a path that's kind of the norm where nothing comes easy. You got in today's world, a lot of it's digital. You got to reach out to coaches. You got to be on that grind. You got to get that break and get your name out there. What's your girlfriend's name? Let's give her a shout out.
I want to shout out Kaylin Estes. That's my beautiful girlfriend.
Aww.
And she has been.
I just want you some cool points, by the way. Yeah, let's even throw a little heart. Oh, there.
she's been great for me. It was it's been, you know, back and forth, just me stressing about recruiting, and she's got her own stuff going on. You know, she competes cheerleading. She doesn't, you know, she's not directly around her family, so she's always, you know, traveling to Orlando 3 times a week just to go practice. She faced a knee injury, and I'm still there, like, I'm stressed out about recruiting. I don't know what's going on, and she took it all in and was by my side. So
she listens to the event and takes it, just knows.
You know, yeah, she's great. And now, you know,
Cocoa Beach, we're gonna do some photo shoots and some media days with cheerleading and some.
Right.
I think I got the football team photo shoot coming up next week, so I'm gonna knock it out of the ballpark. Awesome. Cocoa Beach Minutemen are gonna be all over 321 Sportscast.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait. Coach Ted Kimmy has welcomed me and said, let's make this thing happen this year and let's roll.
Awesome.
321 Sportscast. All right, Kooper. Well, I appreciate you taking the time today, man.
Thank you so much.
Get to know a little bit more about you.
Yes, sir.
We're talking Barstool Minutemen sports. It's super cool, dude. But I do appreciate you taking the time. Wish you the best of luck when you head over to Honolulu. That's one college visit I might be on a plane and be like, Kooper, I'm coming. I'm coming to visit.
Yes, sir.
Part I want to see you play, but I also want to come hang out in Hawaii. But anyway, best of luck, man. We can't wait to follow up and see how you do, okay?
Thank you so much.
So for Kooper Houvouras, did I pronounce that right?
Yes, sir.
Houvouras. Tracy Rain with 321 Sportscast. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good day.